Welcome to WWP Clips. This is the official Clips channel for We Want Picks. We will be uploading our individual fight breakdown videos here, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And as always, go to wewantpicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. Next up, at UFC 276, we have Brad Riddell taking on Jalin Turner in the prelims main event. What do you call it? The prelim feature fight, I guess? The feature fight of the prelims. Brad Riddell, 10-2 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, and he is coming off his first UFC loss. Jalin Turner, 12-5 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, and he's riding a 4-fight stoppage streak. And Brad Riddell's a great striker with nice volume and big power. He was riding a 7-fight win streak before that late stoppage to fellow Tiger Muay Thai coach Rafael Fiziev. But Brad isn't just a technical striker. He can grapple as well. He has had a takedown in every single one of his UFC fights, including 5 against Drew Dober last year. Jalin Turner is a good boxer who somehow manages to come forward and keep the fight at range at the exact same time. He is an incredible 6'3", and he's going to tower over the 5'7" Brad Riddell. And normally I say, like, anybody who pulls up Tapology and just looks at reach, that's a scam. That doesn't matter. If you don't know how to use reach, who cares how long you are? But Jalin does use his reach really well. And Brad is short, and he knows how to get that distance. He's used to being short. This isn't new to him, and he's a world-class striker. So while I do think there is a factor there, I don't think it's as big of a deal as some people are going to make it out to be. And even though he is known for his striking, 2 of his last 4 wins are by submission, which just shows how well-rounded Jalin Turner is. He's coming off a second-round KO over Jamie Mullarkey where he looked great. He had a ton of power in that fight, but he stayed patient, he stayed composed, and he wasn't chasing that knockout. And this is a really fun matchup between 2 strikers who can also grapple. Where Brad is more of a pure boxer, Jalin mixes and kicks really well, and he has the higher volume. Jalin is landing almost 7 significant strikes to Brad's 5, and Jalin has an incredible 80% takedown accuracy to Brad's 39. I think Brad will be more technically sound as a striker, but Jalin's length, raw power, and superior grappling should be able to get this done. So I actually threw a money line bet on Jalin Turner. I got this at -119, and I put that in the quick picks video. So hopefully you followed before this line moved. It's already at -135. What do you think, Jacob?
It's actually already at -150, so your bet's looking better and better. I'll tell you the bet I placed on this, and it's just I pray to God that Brad Riddell does not wrestle. I think that Jalin Turner can withstand a little bit of the wrestling, but we saw against Jamie Mullarkey, once he was down flat on his back, Jamie Mullarkey, I know Jamie Mullarkey is a pretty good wrestler. Nothing in the comments about me being Jamie Mullarkey or you're fucking banned. Jalin Turner was kind of flat on his back once he was on the ground versus Jamie Mullarkey. I hope that Brad Riddell does not use his wrestling, because I'm on the Jalin Turner side as well. I'm picking Jalin Turner. But the reason I don't want him to use wrestling, because if he uses wrestling, it's probably going to be a lot of just lay and pray, just kind of controlling the situation, not really advancing positions, looking for ground and pound, because as you mentioned, Jalin Turner usually is pretty decent on the ground as well. And with those long legs, a lot of times, especially with the shorter guys, you start messing around, all of a sudden those legs come over with a triangle and weird stuff starts happening. So I hope Brad Riddell does not wrestle, because this should be a very, very exciting, striking match. Because I put 3 units on this fight not going the distance at -150 to get 2 full units back. This is, I think, my biggest bet on the card. If they strike, I think somebody finishes somebody. Jalin, as you mentioned, with the length, does have the power. Brad Riddell, I think he's an underrated striker. I know that he was like the Tiger Muay Thai coach and went toe-to-toe with Rafael Fiziev, who's one of the better strikers in the UFC. Ended up getting knocked out, but those exchanges were wild. And I could see the same thing happening in this fight. I'm going Jalin Turner because of his length and because he doesn't use looping shots. A lot of times when people have that length, they don't, as you mentioned, they don't use their length correctly. It's a lot of still looping shots, and you can get inside of those shots. Where Jalin Turner, when he's knocking people out, they are straight boom, boom, right down the pipe. Kind of reminds me with his length and his power with as a Cheaty. Cheaty is the same way. It's just right, so tight, just right down the pipe, and all of a sudden that shot's on you, and you are just flatline. Uses his length really, really well. Jalin Turner is the exact same thing. I feel like he's going to get the knockout. Brad Riddell had never been knocked out. Once you get knocked out, you have no idea how you're going to recover, and that was not a great knockout. I know he wasn't like flatline, but he was like, that was a wheel kick to the side of the head by Fiziev. So I'm Jalin Turner in this matchup. I hope that they strike and it's not just a Brad Riddell kind of lay and pray fight. I have 3 units on does not go the distance though, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, it's so funny because I'm picking Jalin, so are you, but Brad Riddell is, by every measurable statistic, the better striker, right? Like, literally the better striker, and we think it's going to be a striking match, and we're still picking Jalin Turner.
Oh yeah, I was actually surprised that the odds were what they were, honestly, because he is the better, he is the more probably accomplished striker, and he has the wrestling in his back pocket as well. So
yeah, I mean, going with Jalin Turner, fully recognize Brad Riddell is the more technical striker, but I'm looking at danger, momentum, and just ways to win. And Jalin Turner has, I think they both can win striking. Brad can try to win a wrestling game, but I actually don't think that'll work where Jalin can win the grappling game. So Jalen's got more ways to win, and he is more dangerous. What are you doing? You're throwing me off here.
Oh, my God.
My wife walked in the room in the middle of a live stream and is really throwing me for a loop. And she's like in a bathrobe, bent down in the corner, praying to God this camera doesn't pick her up. All right. Well, if you guys want 50 free bucks, I will throw my wife on OnlyFans, and all you need to do is go to, are you crawling on the floor?
What the hell is going on?
She doesn't want to be on camera. Go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, sign up, make a deposit, and I will send you 50 bucks as a thank you. Are you looking for your passport? It's not here. I don't know where you put it. Okay. Anyway, we on picks.
Oh, we see her. I can see her. Oh,
she can't hear you.